Everyone's saying that Vietnam is the new Thailand for digital nomads, cheaper, less crowded and more authentic. But after staying 6 months in Vietnam and 8 months in Thailand, I can tell you it's not that simple. In this video I will break down the real differences from cost of living to lifestyle, community, dating and day-to-day experience. And I will give a nomad score for both countries in 10 key categories to find out once and for all who actually wins. So yeah, let's start with cost of living and accommodation. So I would say generally Vietnam is like 30% cheaper than Thailand. That's why it's got so popular. You can feel it. Like when you go to Vietnam, when you go to Da Nang, for example, it feels like everything is cheaper. Everything is cheap, affordable, which is a very nice feeling, of course. And you can also find like nice apartments easier. Like there's more options for affordable, decent, like comfortable studio and 1-bedroom apartments. Like you can definitely see the difference, especially compared to islands in Thailand that are quite much more expensive. It's harder to find good accommodation. Like the difference is quite big, especially like when you think about Da Nang, for example, which is a beach town, like beach city. So you have a beach, you have a city, you have everything. You can have nice apartments. So even if it's not an island, you can still have the beach. Compared to Bangkok, of course, like you can still find like accommodation, especially long-term, pretty affordably in Bangkok, but there's many negatives with Bangkok itself. Similarly, as in Chiang Mai, you can still find affordable accommodation, but yeah, it's not the nicest city and there's no beach and all these things that Vietnam can offer in places like Da Nang and Nha Trang. So I would say on average to have a comfortable, pretty nice lifestyle in Thailand, it would cost like $1,500 to $3,000 per month. While in Vietnam, for similar lifestyle, you can get it for $1,000 to $2,000. So yeah, it's pretty, on average, everyone agrees when I talk about this in my community, it's 30% cheaper for pretty much everything. But it's not perfect anymore in Vietnam also. The accommodation can be harder to find and things like this. So I would give Vietnam 9 out of 10 for this category and Thailand 7 out of 10. It's not like terrible in Thailand, but it's not the best. And next is visas and climate. And yeah, Thailand definitely has better long-term visas, like way better. You can get DTV visa if you qualify for pretty affordably for 5 years. You can come in and out from Thailand like freely. It's amazing if you can get that. And generally it's just a little bit more options for different type of visas. Because in Vietnam you can stay very easily if you stay less than 90 days. With the e-visa and visa free for usually like 30 to 45 days. So it's very easy for short term, but for long term it's not really good. There's some options, but it's quite difficult to get. And when it comes to the climate and weather, like yeah, if you want this kind of tropical weather, in both of the places you can get that, but not year round. Like it's not the best place in Thailand and Vietnam year round for weather, because it's good for like, let's say in Thailand it's 4 months good, then it gets really hot and then it gets really rainy, so it's not really good all the time. And in Vietnam it's better in the south of Vietnam year round, it's okay, but Da Nang, for example, is similar problem, and then it also gets really cold during the winter. So yeah, it's nice for a few months. So when you're thinking about like when to go and how long to stay, I wouldn't recommend either of these places necessarily to stay long term. Many people do, and of course not everyone care about the weather that much, but it's definitely something to think about. So yeah, I would give Vietnam like 4 out of 10 and Thailand 6 out of 10. So not the best in either because of the climate. And before we go to the more fun topics, I wanted to go over work, Wi-Fi and networking in these places. So yeah, Wi-Fi can be really good in both of the places. In Vietnam it can be extremely fast, in Thailand it can be even faster, but I would say in Thailand it's generally a little bit more consistent, especially when it comes to mobile data also. It's kind of way better. Networking is not really the best in either of the places. Vietnam attracts more beginners. You can definitely meet a lot of people who are starting to build their business and trying different things. In Thailand, generally in the islands, feels like it's more people just enjoying life and chilling and hanging out than working hard, but you can still meet good people here, of course, also. And of course there is Bangkok, that is a hustle big city, so yeah, there's definitely more networking opportunities there than on the islands. So Vietnam gets 6 out of 10 and Thailand 9 out of 10 for this category. And by the way, if you are working online as a digital nomad, setting up an US LLC is honestly one of the smartest moves you can make. It's what I personally use for my entire business, and the reason is simple. It gives you access to global payment systems, US banking, and a level of credibility that's hard to get otherwise. And if you're a non-US resident, there's no tax obligations in the US, so it's a win-win. And GenZone, the sponsor of this video, can complete the entire setup within 7 to 10 days, from the LLC formation, EIN issuance, and US bank account and payment processors, to be fully operational and do business anywhere from the world. You will also have dedicated advisors guiding you through the whole process, which will save so much time and prevents you from any costly mistakes. This is really a game changer for me. Like, I know how hard it is to figure all these things out when you don't have someone who knows exactly how to do it. So if you are thinking of setting up an USLC, click the first link in the description and use my code YOSE for 10% off. And next is lifestyle, vibe and scenery. And yeah, in Thailand you can find a lot of places like this that are quite magical. That's what unique here is, especially on the islands, like the nature and the vibe and the places are just unmatched. Like nothing like this in Vietnam, and that's one reason why I love Thailand so much. The nature is just incredible on the islands, and of course Bangkok is like one of the most impressive mega cities in the world. Like yeah, it's pretty cool. But what's unique in Vietnam is that in Da Nang, for example, you kind of have everything in one spot. You have beach lifestyle, you have city lifestyle. It's easy to get around with scooter like in Thailand also, but also you can walk around. The traffic is not the best in Vietnam, in Da Nang or anywhere, like in the islands. In Thailand is way better, but you can also walk around in the beach area. If you stay in a good spot, you can walk basically to anywhere, which is kind of hard to find in Thailand anywhere. So that's big benefit of Vietnam for people who don't want to have their scooter but just want to walk around, and it's easy to get a taxi also. In Vietnam it's very affordable. So yeah, getting around is really easy and the vibe is pretty good. Yeah, beach lifestyle while having a city also, so it's quite unique. But yeah, I would say the energy of the place, if you think about the islands in Thailand, is more this kind of like peaceful and chill vibe, holiday vibe. It's beautiful scenery, and there's way more this kind of like yoga places, spiritual things here in Thailand than in Vietnam. But Vietnam is also pretty cool. Like, it's more active, people doing things together on the beach and like going around a lot. And yeah, I don't know, like it's just also really good energy. And yeah, Vietnam, the beach towns, they feel very like clean and well organized, other than the traffic of course. But the unique thing about Thailand is that there's so many of amazing spots, like cafes and recovery places, gyms, everything is like very well designed. Like it's just like kind of magical, yeah, like a really cool vibe. There's nothing like that really in Vietnam. It's a beautiful city and like a beach side with a lot of palm trees and well organized and beautiful beach, but other than that, like the businesses are a bit more basic. But you can still go to nice cafes and have a nice lifestyle in Vietnam also, so it's not like terrible. But yeah, in Thailand the nature is just unmatched, and also the air quality is way better other than in Bangkok. But on the islands compared to Vietnam, that it can be a little bit bad like a lot of the times. So you can definitely feel like more healthy in Thailand. But what's good in Vietnam is that it's a little bit more local style. Like Thailand often feels like everything is just made for tourists. It can be also a little bit local in many places, so it's not terrible, but generally I would say Thailand is for tourism and Vietnam is more local, and you can like integrate into the local place kinda. So both are really good, but I would say Vietnam is 7 out of 10 for some of the negatives, and Thailand gets 9 out of 10. It's pretty awesome. And the next category is fitness, sports and wellness. And let's start with gyms. So yeah, Thailand is not like the best place in the world for gyms, but it's pretty good. It's pretty solid in most places, pretty much anywhere in Thailand you want to go. And Vietnam, it's not really that good. It's one of the negatives in Vietnam, like the gyms and everything is not that good. Like there's many small places that are okay, and there's some bigger ones that are not that nice either. But you can definitely do your workouts in Vietnam also. It's not like impossible, but it's just not as nice as it is in Thailand. But for recoveries, the difference is even bigger. Like in Thailand, we have so many of these like amazing spots. You can do such a nice recovery, saunas, ice baths, all that so well in Thailand. And if you want a massage to relax, it's also really good most of the time. There's also some bad massages in Thailand. It's not always good, but there's usually you can find a really good massage place close by. In Vietnam, the recovery places are like not as nice at all and also quite expensive. And generally there's not many options in most places, even sometimes no options. And massages are decent in Vietnam, can be okay, but not as good as in Thailand generally. And for paddle, Thailand is also quite much better. Like most islands and cities have pretty good paddle options. There's just way more courts than in Vietnam. In Vietnam now it's starting to grow a little bit. There's some options, but it's just not that good. But for surfing, for example, like Vietnam is maybe even better. Like in Da Nang, you can do pretty solid surfing. If you're beginner, you can learn well there, and there's good waves and not too busy and crowded. In Thailand, there's of course no surfing in most places. These are not like the best surf destinations, but in Phuket, for example, you can surf and it can be pretty nice, but generally not that consistent and not that good. But in Thailand you have Muay Thai. Like if you want to learn some kind of martial arts, Muay Thai is a big thing and culture in Thailand. So yeah, it's pretty perfect for that if you're interested. In Vietnam you can do of course some kind of boxing or Muay Thai also, but it's not the same as in Thailand, of course. So yeah, overall I would say Thailand is like way better in this category, like much better, even if it's not really the best also for this, but Vietnam gets 5 out of 10 and Thailand gets solid 8 out of 10. And next is food. And yeah, it's a little bit hard to compare because like Thai food is amazing. Like it's so incredible. There's so many nice dishes that are like decently healthy and so tasty. You can find really good Thai food pretty much anywhere you go in Thailand. But also Vietnamese food is just so good also in a different way. It's like more fresh and most of the time even more cheap. So yeah, Vietnam is also incredible. So yeah, they both are really good when it comes to local food, but I guess Vietnam is a little bit better because it's more healthy and fresh and cheap generally. But in Thailand we also have a lot of like food markets and food courts that are very nice. There's some also in Vietnam, but in Thailand of course it's famous thing here and like it's very nice. So that's the benefit when it comes to local food in Thailand. And when it comes to Western food, both have pretty good options. Not the best ever, but you can generally maybe in Thailand find a little bit more options and a little bit better than in Vietnam. But Vietnam can be also pretty good. There's many restaurants that do really good food there also when it comes to Western food. But for the cost, of course, again, like Vietnam is generally a bit cheaper than Thailand for this. And for coffee, you can get a good coffee definitely in Thailand. It's not a problem. But Vietnam is pretty special with the coconut coffee and everything like that. Like it's incredible. Vietnam is also famous for the coffee. So I would generally prefer Vietnam for this. Of course, Chiang Mai in Thailand is really famous also for coffee and everything like this. Big culture for coffee. So it's also really good there, but in most places that are better for living in Thailand is not as good as in Vietnam. But for grocery stores, if you want to cook your own food or snacks or anything like that, Thailand is definitely a bit better. There's many bigger grocery stores with a lot of good options, like a bigger variety for most things. In Vietnam, there's like Lotte that is pretty good, big supermarket, but for food options is not the best. So yeah, for this category, Thailand gets 8 out of 10, so it's really good. And Vietnam gets 9 out of 10, so yeah, it's even better for the local food and the affordability and everything. Well, look at this water on this beach in Thailand. We're doing a little Nomad tribe meetup. It's so nice. And yeah, the next topic is community and people and dating also. So yeah, basically in Vietnam for community and like-minded people in Da Nang, it's pretty amazing nowadays. Like there's so many people, everyone looking to meet each other, a lot of meetups, a lot of events. Like it's pretty amazing actually. It's quite perfect in that sense. But yeah, it's mostly in Da Nang. Like it's not really anywhere else as good. But yeah, for Da Nang it's amazing. In Thailand, there's many places that have pretty good community and like-minded people situation, like in Phuket, Koh Samui, Bangkok, Chiang Mai. Like you can definitely meet like-minded nomads and people working online and just like looking to do things together and hang out. It's not a problem, but it's not as active as it is in Da Nang. So yeah, in both countries it's very easy to make friends and meet people, but when it comes to dating, it's not really good with the locals because the same problem in both, that the locals don't really speak English. It can be hard to find people who speak English. But of course there are some, and in Thailand there's way more like culture for dating between locals and foreigners. So yeah, for dating Thailand is way better than Vietnam. So I would give Vietnam 6 out of 10 for this and Thailand 7 out of 10. So yeah, in some ways better in Vietnam, some ways in Thailand. Look how beautiful this beach is. It's insane. And yeah, for community. If you are coming to Southeast Asia, I would recommend checking out my private community, the Nomad tribe, to have your kind of like a friend group anywhere you go from day one. We basically have a very active WhatsApp chat and a lot of meetups, so you will always have support and like people already living where you are going. So it will make a huge difference for your experience, avoiding any costly mistakes and feeling lost and lonely when you are arriving to a new place. And there's many other benefits and resources and local discounts. So yeah, check it out, link in the description. For limited time now, we're having also 50% discounts, so it's only $99 for lifetime membership. And in Thailand, there's just like so much to experience and see when it comes to trips and things to do. Like look at this viewpoint and bamboo walk here, like it's so beautiful. This kind of like a island vibe and beaches and like tropical place. Thailand is just unbeatable. Like there's so many spots and so beautiful. It's insane. Like there's endless islands and beaches and boat trips and everything you can take in Thailand. It's just kind of never ending, which is incredible. But also, of course, there's big cities like Bangkok where you can experience pretty much anything. Like it's also like for entertainment and things to do and experience and places to go see. There's so many like temples and cultural things, Muay Thai fights and events and parties, and like there's so much. It's really, really good. And Vietnam also, it's not bad. Like there's still many things to do and experience and trips to do, but it's way less in my opinion. And also like a lot of it is in North Vietnam, which is not really like a place for digital nomads. It's not a nice place to live. So yeah, it's kind of far to go somewhere like that. So yeah, I would say like Thailand is pretty much like 10 out of 10 for this category, and Vietnam is more like 6 out of 10. It's just island life with friends. Like this is what I love about Thailand. While we watching sunset on this peaceful beach here in Thailand, I want to talk about the last category, which is peace and ease of life. So yeah, I would put to this category things like ordering food, like doing laundry, like is things easy to do. Language barrier is one thing that can make life a little bit difficult sometimes in both of these places. In Thailand, the alphabet is also just completely different, so it's hard to see like sometimes what things are saying in labels and things. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, and generally like communicating with the locals can be a bit difficult. Same in Vietnam, but Vietnam is maybe a little bit better for that. Ordering food is really good in both of the countries, in most places. Like yeah, ordering food, ordering like laundry service, this kind of thing, like it's very convenient. Maybe in Vietnam, especially in Da Nang, like it's even better than in Thailand. But like a general peace is just so good in the islands in Thailand. You can find so many of these spots that are just so quiet and peaceful. In Vietnam, it's a little bit harder, like it's a bit more going on, more noisy, more traffic and beeping and noises and everything, like it's just a bit more hectic, so it's less peaceful in general. So I need to give only 6 out of 10 for Vietnam for this, and Thailand gets 9 out of 10. And yeah, before I go over my full rating for both, I just wanted to ask Lars from my community, what do you think? Like you just came from Da Nang, you spent a lot of time in Vietnam and Thailand, so which one is better for digital nomads in your opinion?
For me, it's hard to change my mind because I really like Vietnam or Da Nang. Okay, so if I compare Bangkok, Chiang Mai and Koh Phangan, I will still choose Da Nang because it's offer better value for money. The food for me is better in Vietnam. Bangkok is too hectic. Driving a scooter is really hard. It's really almost impossible. And Da Nang are more nomads. I met a lot of like-minded people also from the Nomad group, so that's why I choose Da Nang.
Yeah, I understand many people probably would have the same experience as Lars, like thinking that Vietnam is still better value for money and better in many ways. For me, based on my scores and my experience, Vietnam still gets 5.8 and Thailand got 7.3. So Thailand is overall like way better, in my opinion, what I think. But yeah, Vietnam is definitely better, and Da Nang, if you're thinking of like value for money, if budget is a like big priority for you, it's much better, and there's many benefits still compared to Thailand. So yeah, both are good places, but yeah, I guess that's what's unique about Vietnam. Like Da Nang is just a place that you have a beach, you have a city, you have such a good balance of life for a lot of things while being affordable, nice community and everything that is kind of hard to beat as like one singular place. There's nothing like that in Thailand, but of course, yeah, Da Nang also has many negatives, like the noise and also the climate and the weather can be pretty bad like most of the year, and the visa problems and all that. So yeah, nothing is perfect. So I hope you got value out of this video. Please comment down below which one is your favorite, and like the video and subscribe, please. See you next week.